And number one, mannequins that have facial recognition technology. Wow. So let's start with the buses with surveillance cameras. This is something that isn't as surprising. I think that just the implications of having surveillance cameras in every bus really just does administer that chilling effect where people are going to, of course, act differently, react differently when they know that there's a camera there.
Absolutely, and this isn't something that's going on all over the country, but it's one of those things that kind of starts with school systems. And I don't think that there's a school system in a county in the country that isn't at least, thinking about putting these surveillance cameras in school buses. But I think that the larger implications of this is what's scary. Buses are public places, just like parks and streets. So we're talking about buses and street lights and lamps outside that can listen in on your conversations and watch what you're doing. It kind of sets this precedent for this kind of public data mining, and we all kind of are exposed to it. And the fact that we all have cell phones in our pockets, we willingly kind of give up all of our privacy and all of our information for this kind of public data mining, so that the government can build this like large digital profile of us.
They can retroactively pull from also the lights, like you brought up, those lights that are being administered where they can yell commands at you and also record you. Yeah. Let's talk about the surveillance app. This is something that is really disturbing. Can you explain really quickly what this is?
This one actually I found pretty creepy. This is just one example is the ePhone Tracker, which is only $50. You can purchase this app. Essentially what it does, you can actually originally developed for parents who are wanting to buy cell phones for their kids, keep track of what their kids are up to, you just kind of track their location if that's not creepy enough. But you can turn this around and do it to your spouse, do it to your significant other. And the app goes completely undetected on a person's phone. You get an email that will give you emails that they sent from their phone, SMS text messages that they sent from their phone.
And even that they've deleted.
Even the ones that they've deleted. Contacts that they've added to their phone. I mean, you have literally a ton of information. You can build an entire profile on someone on this app. It's only $50 and it's completely legal.
That is absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
I mean, seriously, that's just such a violation of your privacy. And you're right, you could do it to your significant other, you could do it to pretty much anything. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
And this is commercialized. This is commercialized. The fact that this technology is available.
So let's talk about the RFID chips. This is also something that's just kind of bizarre. I mean, first it's pets, tracking your pets. What is it going to be next? Installing chips in babies when they're born? I mean, we know that they're in school IDs. It's just so amazing to me that we're carrying around passports when we travel, licenses. I mean, everything's going to have RFID chips. And and our phones, like you said before, I mean, we're willingly giving up these tracking devices. We're just carrying them around with us. The telescreen is our cell phone now.
Exactly. I mean, our cell phones, our smartphones are today's telescreen, if you remember the Orwellian idea. But I think with RFID chips, I think luckily with this one, it's one of those things that's so costly for school systems to use this as kind of a deterrent from doing it. But I mean, in coming years, this sort of technology is just going to get less and less expensive. So it's only a matter of time. We might be seeing it next year or in the coming years. I am undoubtedly certain that we're going to start seeing this become kind of a regular occurrence. People, we're all, like you said, injecting our pets with these tracking chips. It's only a matter of time before we start doing it to our children and each other.
Why not just treat them like cattle, Manny? Let's talk about the Taser drug surveillance handcuffs. I couldn't even make this up if I wanted to. It's handcuffs that can administer a drug. It can also tase you. I mean, seriously.
There it is. There it is. This is an actual patent of these handcuffs. These handcuffs may very well be the handcuffs of the future. You can administer a shock. There is an accelerometer similar to what you find on your cell phone. There is biometrics, to see how your health is doing. There's a microphone in there, a GPS in there, and the kicker, it can administer drugs right into your bloodstream.
It's like the Swiss Army knife of handcuffs. I mean, really, it's not enough to just detain someone. You have to drug them and tase them at the same time. I could just picture people just riding on the ground getting tased and drugged by these handcuffs. It just
Don't
seems
tase slash drug slash detain slash whatever me, bro.
Let's move on because we have only a limited time left, and I wanted to go over this. This is the most disturbing thing ever. These mannequins now. I mean, hi, welcome to Minority Report.
Yeah, no, these mannequins absolutely are very, very creepy. They're developed by a company called IC, and what they do, you can't really see them. They're right. The camera's got facial recognition software built right into the eye. It can determine a person's age and race. They're actually currently developing audio software so that you can actually, determine certain keywords while you're in the store. And it's exactly like you said. It's like Minority Report, that scene where Tom Cruise's character is walking through the mall, getting pitched all these ads based
That's what's
on
going to happen to us.
exactly every like that you make on Facebook, every time that you geo-track yourself.
And it's not just like the algorithms that you encounter online when you know, if you search for something more than something else, and you get those ads, of course. This is going to be real time, real life, walking around department stores. These mannequins are going to be tracking you. Also just recording what you are talking to with your friend. I want to buy this shirt, I might want to go on this trip, and they sell those things to you. It's just unbelievable, Manny.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The thing that worries me is when you apply this sort of technology to the public sphere, and you have facial recognition cameras that are very easily hidden in a place like a tree at a park, that has audio software that can, you know, pick out keywords. We're already seeing this sort of technology in effect in our social media. When you're on Twitter,
there's no hiding it anymore. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Thank you so much for coming on. Really creepy. Big Brother is watching you always. Thanks, Manny.
Thanks, Abby.